Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are doing some talking to people. Yeah, no, we've been doing kingdom management for a while, but now we're going to go and talk to Reg and Octavia and see what this spy who's been following them around is doing. Well, their suspected spy is doing. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Been a while since we've heard from Reg and Octavia, so it's cool to have them back around. Also weird that they get the same companion quest, but I suppose it's not that weird, but still. It's unlike the other companions where they all get their own one. Let's see what's going on. Right. Oh, hey. Oh, where are we going? Oh, we're surrounding this person. I get it. Where are we meant to look intimidating? Carrick the Cobbler. An inconspicuous dwarf wearing a grey coat sits at the table sipping beer. As you, Octavia, and Regongar appear at his table, he topples the mug, startled. Boo!
You're asking about us, right? Well, here we are. So, what is it you want from us? Whom?
You've made a mistake. I have no idea who you are. Who are you, and why are you looking for Octavia and Reg?
No, you're wrong. I'm just a simple cobbler.
Reongar slams his fist down on the table almost hard enough to break the table legs.
Cut the crap, deadbeat. Talk or I start cutting off fingers.
No, please, not my fingers. I'll tell you everything.
My name's Carrick,
just a humble servant of Maestro Janusz. The look on Octavia and Regongar's face as after hearing that name makes the dwarf go pale and shrink into his chair.
You know him, don't you?
You could say that, and why did he send you here?
I was his slave. I served the Maestro loyally for a long time, and he finally granted me my freedom. He promised me a lot of money, enough to get me to the 5 Kings Mountains, and then some. If I just do a simple task for him, find out if a half-elf named Octavia and a half-orc named Regongar were living in the capital, and if so, where they could be found. I don't know why he sent me. I'm no spy. I'm just a simple cobbler.
Octavia, you believe him? Strange as it may seem, yes. He seems more like one who's been deceived than one who's deceiving. Using people in the dark without telling them the true purpose of their mission is very much like Janusz. I don't think he's a spy, I think he's bait. Regongar, do you believe him?
I think the slimeball's lying. A cobbler, sure. Everyone knows the technically short on spies. Of course they have to send cobblers, cooks, and water carriers instead. So here's what I think. Let's drag him out by the beard from the city gates to the palace and back, and maybe he'll come up with something more clever along the way.
Tell me, Carrie, do you know where we can find Janusz?
Yes, I do. Oh, the Maestro will kill me. Avatar, what did I do to deserve this? Give me a map and I'll show you where he's holed up.
Octavia and Regongar exchange looks.
Looks like a trap.
Of course it's a trap. It's the Maestro. I don't know. Do we give him coin? Do we go neutral goods? Do we just go neutral? Or do we kill him? No, you know what? I think we say, thanks for the information. Now get out of my city.
Of course, at once. You'll never see me here again, not even a hair.
The dwarf rushes out the tavern. Well, now we know where Janusz is waiting for us. He knows we're coming, of course. But we know that he knows, and so that gives us an advantage.
But does he know that we know that he knows?
Regongar frowns with exaggerated seriousness. Laughing, Octavia lightly flicks Regongar's nose. Unable to maintain his serious expression, he breaks down and laughs with her. Oh, I'm glad everyone's having fun. So Maestro Janusz, a wizard of some renown. Okay. Well, I think we could destroy him. We should probably go and do that. Yeah. Seems like a good time to leave the city. We've done a lot of kingdom management, which has made our kingdom stronger. Or weaker, depending on the events we got. In fact, actually, we got quite a lot of bad events in a row. But, you know, I'm feeling good about what we've got going on. We strengthened a couple of skills before we left. I think we got good opportunities for things to happen. Right. Let's head out this way. Where are we going? This way? Yeah. Where are we? Oh, we're just sneaking in between the houses. Oh,
I'll go ahead.
Does our new friend, the kineticist, have anything else that he wants to say? Oh, we got these three as well who are here now. And this loot. Honey. There's so much honey here. And this one? Yeah, we'll have it all. That's fine. Hello. I can't believe it. Look who it is. If it isn't the Baroness herself. I thought gentlefolks didn't hang around their subjects' home. Elke slaps the young tiefling on the side of his head. Forgive him, your grace. He's got a big mouth. So big that when he comes to visit someone, his tongue enters first and talks rubbish for a few minutes before the rest of his head shows up. These two are trying to say that your visit is a great honor to us. How can we help you? Don't say that we can't. There are many things we can do. Just try us. How did you find out about the Disc of the Eclipse? Oh, that's some story. We're walking at night in complete darkness through an empty moonlit barren. And we got lost and stumbled into a scary thicket. And we saw a light ahead, a witch's house. Just as soon as we went inside, she said that we were dummies who couldn't watch our tongues and threw us out. And the Disc of the Eclipse, we found out about that by accident. A peddler who talked to us on the road and just gave us an ancient chronicle where we read about it. We accidentally used the chronicle for kindling, but we remembered everything we read really well. Alright, tell me more about yourself. Anytime. Yes, if nothing else, we always have time for stories. Ask and we'll tell you anything you like. How do you know Kaliki? Our elder, well, she's the best. Neho jumps in place, waving his hands. Yes, we've known her for many years, though at first we didn't know she's a tiefling like us. Oh, one time we prepared a lot of different sweets and wanted to sell them. We were sitting in the street. They don't let you in the market without a fee. Then, there they were, boys and girls in wonderful dresses, obviously rich and noble, and with them, an emberkin, so beautiful. Elke sighs dreamily. She wanted to buy some sweets from us. Then her friends scoffed at us and took her away. And that was Kaliki. He was only pretending to be an Aasimar, using an illusion. And Elke fell in love right away, ha ha ha. Hey, what are you looking at? It's the truth. Well, she found us later and bought our sweets and started to keep an eye on us. She called us Sweet Teeth ever since. Our elder, we'd be lost without her. Tell us why you left Kadara. It's all because of the cult of the Dawn Flower, the ones who honor Sarenrae for the scimitar she holds in her hands, but not for the kindness and mercy. They look at any tiefling like a hound looks at its prey, like, you know, we can see what's inside you, and just waiting to do some evil. So we gathered secretly with other tieflings and genie offspring to discuss how life is not going so good for us in Quadara, and how we could change everything. Then they decided we were conspirators. Our elder won't tell you this. She's modest like that, but she's the one who saved us from the raid. She ran to us and fought off the cult's soldiers so we could get away. The forces of nature have given her quite some power. If it wasn't for her, I don't know what would have happened. Maybe we'd just be exiled, but I don't think so. So who are you to each other? Relatives? Friends? These two are often mistaken for my brothers. We are in fact a family, but in truth I'm actually their grandmother. What, you don't believe me? I only look young. Yeah, everything mixed up, Grandma. I'm your grandson, but he's the third great-great-grandson of your nephew's sister-in-law. Well, how is life for you here now? Everything is so strange here. The ground is cold, the trees are so green it hurts to look at them, and even the sky is strange. It's like we're in another world. We find something new every day, and it's great. It's a shame that it's cold all the time, though. But then again, it keeps changing. Snow, rain, whirlwind, storms, and lightning, and after that a rainbow. It's beautiful. And the people here, in Quadara, everyone's face is either servile or arrogant. Everyone is looking for someone to bow to or look down on. It's so different here. Everyone is their own master, even the bandits on the high road. Of course, they'll take the boots off you, but with respect from one free person to another. Well, thank you for your answers. Alright, I have to go. Thanks for stopping by. If you need anything, just whistle. Alright, interesting. Let's head up here and speak to Kaliki, who should still be up here. Ooh, what have we got there? Got Kaliki's poems, Shadows. This town in a foreign land has a narrow twisting street with lanterns hanging on the left and right. As I walk the twisting path between, the lanterns shine behind my back. I leave one shadow on the wall and leave another on the road. Since the day I settled here, every evening when the lanterns shine and the shadows dance in their light, I walk this narrow twisting street, and you know why. Alright. I don't get it, but whatever. I'm sure it's very good. Hello, Kaliki. The tiefling girl greets you warmly, but seems a little distracted. I'm glad to see you at my hearth. She bites her lip and adds in a whisper, have you seen the sweet teeth? I can't get them out of the house. I'm so scared they'll suspect something and reveal our secret. Canara's are mine. I wish I could keep them busy somewhere out of town, but anyway, welcome. I'd like to ask you some questions about your past. Ask me anything. We owe you that. We owe you much. Being open with you is the least I can do to repay you. Tell me the story of you and your sister from the beginning. My sister and I were born in Quadera, the county of the radiant Sarin Ray, where we tieflings are not very welcome. But for my sister, this was more a challenge than a barrier. She wanted respect, power, and wealth. Things we were unlikely to get being who we were, but she found a way. The people of Quadara revere the blood of the skies, the same fascination with which they distrust the blood of hell. Aasimars, especially Emberkin, are welcome guests in any house. Pretend to be one of them and, well, all doors are open to you. I didn't want to participate in this masquerade, but my sister insisted. We played upon our resistance to fire and her gift of controlling this force of nature. Both are often taken as signs of Sarin Ray's goodwill. But it was not enough to entirely hide our essence and pass as Emberkin, and Canon Ray asked for help. She asked a master of deception and illusion. Kaliki frowns, obviously wishes to get through this part of the story as quickly as possible. We left our native desert, crossed half the country to avoid accidentally crossing paths with anyone from our tribe, and set off for a new life in a new skin. What made you flee Quadira? Trouble, Kaliki says quietly. My sister and I took different paths. Canera was able to earn the trust of a powerful patron, one of Sarin Ray's fanatics, a member of the cult of the Dawnflower. His mercenaries hunted down secret cults and monsters day and night. Meanwhile, I found groups of castaways who reminded me of my sister and I as children, tieflings and genie spawn. We gathered in secret to share our sorrows and dream of finding our place in the sun. Time passed, and the gatherings became more bitter. We yearned to prove that the monster blood does not make us monsters. We spoke of how we should unite, enter the great games of the Quadiran aristocracy, supporting those who were ready to accept us as equals, bring down their opponents. We planned to use me as cover, a beautiful Lamberkin who would be the voice of the castaways. The girl lowers her head. One evening, my sister came to me, full of careless grace. She told me that there was to be a raid on our secret meeting that very night. I had to stay home and not even think about warning the others. It wasn't hard to guess how she found out. The raid was to be led by the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower, fanatics who fancied themselves cleansing flames, saving the world from evil. Canera's patron first among them. At that moment, I realized my sister loved me so much that she was ready to set aside her aspirations and warn me of the danger. But I also realized something else. Canera was ready to sacrifice any number of innocent lives to get what she wanted. I ran away after yelling in her face that she was a monster. I left her to warn my friends. It's the last time I saw my sister alive. I tried to save my friends from the raid, but came face to face with wizards from the cult of the Dawnflower. They were able to dispel the illusion that protected me and found out I was a tiefling. My secret was revealed, along with my sister's. What a shock it must have been for her patron to find out that a clever tiefling was serving at his side, disguised as a righteous Aasimar. There is no worse deed in Quadira than disgracing her patron. Canera knew this well, tried to flee, terrified of his wrath, but she couldn't get away. Trouble came to her from a place she didn't expect. Ask her about the details if you want. I lacked strength to talk about it. The truth is, I betrayed our secret and my sister died because of it. I was able to bring her back to life, but bitterness has scorched my heart and will be part of me until my death. Okay. Well, don't blame yourself. How can you sit at home knowing your friends would be captured and dragged to a torture chamber? I don't know the answer, Soroceros, but I do see that my good heart led my sister, jewel of my heart, to her death. I cannot tell you whether I was right or wrong, or how I would act if I was faced with a similar choice. I wish Canera and I were more alike. We nearly destroyed each other after failing to accept each other's wishes, the paths we chose. Sometimes I feel the life we live is the best we could hope for. We can never meet, never share each other's sorrows, but at least I don't have to upset her cruelty toward. I don't have to be upset about her cruelty towards others. She about my softness and restlessness. So how did you end up living in turns? After my sister almost got my friends killed, and I, in turn, brought the wrath of her former patron down upon her, Kinera died as she fled from him. In terror, I could only pray to the higher powers, and the Arconothean, Nethys's herald, answered this prayer. I couldn't believe it. When she answered my prayer, he promised to bring Kinera back to life on 2 conditions. We would never be able to meet again, and we must keep secret everything that happened. By his power, my sister and I received our special connection. We cannot be in the same place in reality simultaneously. When one of us is in the material plane, the other sleeps in the demi-place, one specially created for us. The divine creature made us agree to these mysterious conditions, and that's what's even more mysterious. We weren't punished when you discovered our secret, but I can hear a storm murmuring on the horizon. We might yet pay for our faults, but come what may, at least I did everything I could to tear my sister from the arms of death. So how did you end up at Jamandi's mansion? Did she end up at Jamandi's mansion? I mean, because you see, we never actually did that bit, if you know what I'm meaning. Like, she wasn't there, so, but whatever. How did you end up at Jamandi's mansion? Oh, I cannot answer that question in much detail. The Kaesa you met at the reception rest-off was Kinera. At that time, I'd been sleeping in our demisphere for over a month. I didn't even know my sister wanted to join the expedition that Lady Jamandi was sending, and then suddenly I was thrown out into reality in the middle of a burning mansion with assassins dashing about, and the Sword Lord fighting monsters in the Grand Hall. Kinera and I usually keep a diary to tell each other in detail what happened during the day. I didn't exactly have time to read it. I doubt that she had time to write anything during the attack. I ran into the hall and tried to help Jamandi, and then you and your companions appeared. We held back the attack, and you and Tartusio began accusing each other of spying. Meanwhile, I couldn't understand what was happening, or where I was. I had to pretend to distrust both sides of your argument, or I might have given away myself too easily. I had to protect our secret. It was one of the conditions of our agreement with Nethys. You had me racking my brains. A girl shows up acting like she wants to be my friend, and the next moment she turns her nose up like she's seeing me for the first time. Kaliki smiles faintly. Then you can begin to imagine what it's like for us. People approach me all the time and start talking like they're my friends. And I just stand there trying to remember lines from the diary. Is it the gnome with the blue hair? A new admirer who has twice given me flowers, or a gnome banker who wishes to discuss investments in the tours of Leventi's mines? I found out what I wanted, thank you. Let's talk about how you are now. Ask what you will. Do you worship Nethys? Tell me about him. Nethys is the god of magic. There are no limits to his power. Kaliki speaks with awe. He was born human, but achieved such unparalleled mastery of magic that he gained divine power. He is the embodiment of paradoxes, contradictions, and making the impossible come true. I called on him at the moment of my greatest need, and he, through his herald, helped me when all kinds of merciful gods fell silent. I'm no naive worshipper. The gods, especially him, are powerful and unpredictable. Besides, he's hardly interested in my gratitude, but I do honor those who help me. Who is your savior? The Arconothean. Nethys' herald in his creation. She's a living whirlwind of magical energy, an amazing and powerful creature. She often takes an interest in the business of mortals and manifests Nethys' will. In our case, I think she's done both. The Arcothean wanted to intervene and help, but also told us that Nethys was aware of what happened. So strange to think that a deity turned his eyes on you, if only for a moment. Well, tell me about your sister. A smile, serene but sad appeared on Kaliki's face. My sister and I, we are twins, but we're different as day and night. She was called Kinera, which means silent flame in our tribe's language, and I am called Kaliki, silent storm. Kinera was born a few moments before me. I suppose she just elbowed me out of the way in our mother's womb to become the firstborn. Being the first, that's what she always craved. I never felt offended by it, though. Whenever the storm clouds gathered above our heads, heralding danger and trouble, My sister walked forward, one step ahead, tightly holding my hand. Well, thank you. Tell me what it means to be a tiefling. Oh, I think I could tell you a lot about it. How do tieflings come into the world? We are what happens when mortals mix their blood with evil outsiders, mostly demons, or with me and my sister, devils. This heritage can manifest through many generations and be a cruel blow for the parents of a tiefling. Kaliki frowns. As you probably know, there's hardly a corner of Galarian where birth of someone like me is considered a welcome gift. Many think that evil literally runs through tiefling blood owing to the heritage of their ancestors. Those who think so are both right and wrong. Your fate is not written by your blood alone. Surrendering to the temptation of evil is a choice every tiefling must make for themselves. I have no more questions about this. Tell me about Quadira. It's a beautiful land, but quite unlike the Stolen Lands. My sister and I grew up in a place dominated by the desert. I've often heard from travellers that such landscapes depresses them, but there's nowhere I feel more at home. Sand drifts under the sun, life hiding where you never expect it, the lush green of a suddenly revealed oasis. These are austere lands, but it can be breathtaking. The cities of Quadira are an endless whirlwind of turmoil and bright colours. Some say the heart of and essence of every Quadiran city is its temple to Sarenrae, ever since our country was blessed by the radiant goddess. But I'd put it differently. The heart of every city is the noisy market with its tents in every corner you can imagine. Most of the city's life happens at the market. People go there not only to trade, but also to have fun, negotiate, and spin their intrigues. Take away the market, what's left of Quadira? Okay. Let's say it's strange what happened with the Disc of the Eclipse. Kaliki nods. Ancient forces can be mysterious. I thought we'd need to spend a lot of time studying the properties of the disc before we learned how to use it, but it just worked as soon as we touched it. If I understand its action correctly, it tuned itself to the connection between the material plane and our demisphere. Now we can move between them at will, and the rest is handled by our strange inner connection. I step into the demisphere and Nethys' power transports Kahira from there to the material plane. So why did you decide to remain in my lands? After you found and activated the relic, you could have left. I like living here. For the first time since fleeing Quadira, I feel there's a place in the world I can call home, and besides, Kaliki frowns. I probably should have brought this up myself, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm very, very worried about the forefather, the devil my sister made a contract with long ago in Quadira. Kinira thinks he's no longer a threat to us since his death annulled the contract, but I don't believe such a creature can ever leave us in peace. I'd like there to be someone beside me I can rely on if he shows up again. Well, you can rely on me. We'll find a way to deal with that devil. If things get bad, we'll have to flee again, or we'll put you and your people in great risk. I believe that it's here that we'll find the strength to face Hell's claims on us. Well, I'd like to talk to your sister. As you wish. Now, thanks to you, at least we can switch whenever we want to. Kaliki closes her eyes and focuses, calling to the other plane. This kind of reminds me of the, in Jade Empire, there's a, companion you can get who switches between like the good side and the evil side. Well, it's not good, it's the open palm and closed fist sides of things, which I think is interesting, like a demon and a angel basically on that situation. It's kind of a similar situation here, but anyway, I thought it was interesting. That is cool. The tiefling girl taps her foot, irritated, and leans into you and whispers loudly, "Did you see that? My sister has all three of her empty-headed friends right on our tail. They used to follow her around in Quadira. They know us both very well. Couldn't we just send them away somewhere? Oh, and by the way, hello? I want to ask you about your past." That's reasonable. Who wouldn't want to know about their subjects and their companions? Tell me the story of you and your sister from the beginning. Well, the beginning of this is quite unexciting. My sister and I were born in Quadira, a place most unsuitable for tieflings. They honour the radiant Sarenrae and think of themselves as guardians of the good. Some, of course, no one threw us in the dungeon right away or tried to kill us for no reason. But we could forget about social status. It's impossible to rise from rags in that country where they value connections and reputation more than gold. Since birth, they looked at us as evil creatures, vicious and unpredictable. Not that is entirely false, Kahira smiles coyly. But what is truth, generally speaking? I've always known what I was worth, and what lot I deserved. If superstitions stand in the way of achieving a goal, there's no reason to shed a tear. Better use those same superstitions to your own ends. I must say in Quadira they idolize Aasimars almost as passionately as they hate tieflings, so I thought that with little effort I could pass as one, and my mastery of fire could be mistaken for a sign of Sarenrae's goodwill. Of course, a masquerade of that sophistication requires little outside help, and I found it. I made a contract with a resourceful devil who calls himself the Forefather. He wove an illusion over me and my sister, hiding our tiefling features from everyone. I hope that doesn't shock you. It's not that I wanted to bind myself to a powerful and devious creature, but what choice did I have? To watch bowls at a caravanserai until the end of my days? That wouldn't just be a waste of my priceless gem that I am, but I'd be burdened with caring for Kaliki, a naive, walking virtue who's totally unfit for a hard life. So, you tried to fix an injustice that came upon you as a curse from the cradle. That can be understood and forgiven. I'm just the incarnation of goodness and innocence, aren't I? Anyway, it's all in the past now. The contract was annulled by my death, and now I'm free to live as I wish. What was the agreement you made with the devil? Oh, I'd have to spend the whole evening telling you all the details. Contracts require thoughtfulness and accuracy, especially ones like this. But to put it simply, I would do as he commanded, and in return he would grant me a powerful illusion to make my sister and I indistinguishable from Emberkin, the descendants of Peri. Peris are a race of celestials native to the Gudaline's outer planes, but they're often found in the company of mortals on the material plane. Believed to be descendants of fallen angels, Peris do penance for their ancestors' sins before they can earn a place in paradise. As a result, Peris work tirelessly to aid and support good heroes of the mortal realms in never-ending battle against evil. Peris hate evil fiends known as divs, who constantly seek to ruin the good works of mortals. Emberkin Aasimars are descendants of Peri. The contract included a number of caveats and limitations. In particular, the task the devil would give me could do me no harm. The contract didn't involve my soul, on the contrary, it bound me until my death, but no longer. What assignments did the devil give you? Oh, you'd be amazed. They included fighting evil. The Forefather comes from a line of apostate devils or demavigas. They live for one goal only, to turn people's souls away from serving any god but Asmodeus. Our Demaviga made a nest for himself in Quadira long ago, finding special pleasure in enslaving the servants of Sarenrae. Nothing helps to turn souls away from a faith better than fanatics of the faith. You have no idea, Sorceros, how often a zealous servants of the good, in their struggle against evil, has pushed others in the arms of that very same evil. I gotta tell you, people who come to your door saying "Hi, have you heard the good news?" or something similar to that, that's kind of the thing that makes you just get completely turned away from any sort of their religion. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that I kind of agree with this point of view that she's putting forth. People would be a lot more willing to engage with religion if people weren't quite so aggressive towards it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. That's why the Forefather sent me to serve the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower. Unlike the old church of Sarenrae, these cultists celebrate the goddess more for her warrior aspect than for her mercy. What I will say as well, actually, is that I can see it from the other's perspective as well. If you truly believe that you have to follow a god in order to go to the heaven, to go to the good place afterwards, then you want them to believe in the god. You want to spread it. That you would feel bad. It's like, if you don't spread it, then in a way, you're condemning them to eternal hell. Which, you can see how that would be bad. Anyway. My duties included seeking out random cults of demon and daemon worshippers, and other springs of evil in the sun-swept lands of Quadira, real or imaginary. Questions, suspicions, public trials, 1 or 2 exemplary executions, and fear sank its claws into the heart of the weak and the doubtful. How can a good goddess allow this? What if I'm next? Those who entertain such doubts would soon hear a knock on their door from a messenger of hell, offering them a simple solution, protection and prosperity in return for their souls. That's how I aided the legions of hell, by working under Sarenrae's sunny banner. What was it like living disguised as Aasimars? We've lived for a few years under this disguise, gaining a certain status, affluence, and the crowds of gullible suitors. In time I found a patron from amongst the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower, a man of great wealth, with a personal army of mercenaries who roamed the lands of Qadira night and day, seeking out monsters and those who worshipped them. I quickly became his confidant and joined that army, all as the forefather desired. Perhaps this is why the devil agreed to give us the appearance of Aasimars. Everything was going perfectly, then Kaliki, that silly child, got herself mixed up with a band of tiefling renegades who were too cowardly and stupid to achieve anything in their lives by their own wits. They organized something like a secret society and gathered in the evenings in their huts. They spoke of opening everyone's eyes and making them treat the outcast with dignity. Sooner or later, they would have done something stupid and gotten themselves caught, and brought my sister down with them. So I, helped them a little. I put my patron's people on their track. If only I could have kept Kaliki from her foolishness. On the night of the raid, for some reason I told her the truth. I thought I could explain to her actions were threatening our secret. I thought she would see reason. But nothing works out as one plans. She hurried off to warn her friends and fell into the hands of the cult of the Dawnflower. Her disguise was unmasked, and with it my own will as well. Oh, sands and skies, I can't imagine the rage my noble patron felt. His Aasimar confidant turned out to be a treacherous tiefling. I had no interest in learning how far he'd go in his rage, and immediately set off to flee. Alas, as soon as they found out what happened, the remaining members of this cult of demon worshippers, who I'd once helped to disperse, quickly tracked me down. They summoned a soul eater who cut my life short. My story was at its end. Tell me about how you were resurrected. You'd better ask Kaliki about that. When she heard of my death, she pleaded to Nethys, the god of unparalleled powers, and his herald agreed to return me to life. In the state we're in now, only one of us can be in a material plane at a time. Meanwhile, the other sleeps in a special demisphere. So what happened at Jamiri's mansion? You know the fun part of our story? When Nethys returned me to life, the poor hungry soul eater started following my trail again. He cannot discover me so long as I disguised as Kaesi, but he keeps trying. That's one reason my sister and I never stay in one place for long. We moved north, living here and there until we reach Restov. Lady Jamandi's offer was simply too tempting. To bring pathetic bandits to heal and receive a barony in return, of course. Kaesi could never become baroness, but the adventure itself was an intriguing opportunity. Besides, I was in desperate need of distraction, so I showed up at the reception, made some valuable connections. Canary locks eyes with you. I witnessed the attack on of the unlucky assassins, but then, unfortunately, missed out on all the fun. The moment I ran through the fire at the mansion, I was carried away to the demisphere. Kaliki came forth to deal with the consequences, and you know the rest. I don't, actually, because that never happened, but that's fine. Thank you. I want to know more about you. Of course, many do. How does it work, your living in turns? By the power of Nethys, my sister and I cannot meet. For as soon as one of us appears in the material plane, the other is immediately spirited away to our demisphere. It's there we sleep until it's time to switch back. The demisphere, by the way, is full of elemental energy, which is wonderful for restoring our strength. It's a pity this ability came after we paid such a heavy price. I would have avoided my painful death, and I long to see her again, and singe her hair to show my gratitude for everything. Despite her vitriol, Kanira sighs, with sorrow and seeming tenderness. The demiplane nourishes us, and keeps us from all kinds of trouble. For the price, it's hard to live and make plans when at any moment you can be pulled from reality, only to return a few days or even weeks. After a few days or even weeks, I'm glad that, thanks to you, we at least now have learned to control that process a little. Do you like it in the Stonelands? I prefer large and bustling cities to backwaters, but on the other hand, the chance to build up a whole state from nothing is so tempting. I don't like chaos, though I've learned that I'll never be able to play by the rules. So here's my answer. With some effort and the right investments, your dominions might become something someday. Tell me about your sister. We were at our 8th summer when Kaliki, the spring of my solace, got angry at me and chucked a bunch of desert thistles in my hair. I had to cut them out afterwards. That's what you have to suffer if life rewards you with a sibling. Though I should say, that very evening I burned her favourite dress. Great trouble comes great satisfaction. Okay, thank you. I want to ask you what it means to be a tiefling. And admit that you like my horns, or is it the tail? Well, I do the horns and the tail. They make you special. And that's it. Kinira slowly sways her tail. I've been known to spark curiosity. How are tieflings born? We're born if an ancestor laid with a powerful and evil outsider, be it a devil, demon, or some other dark creature. Many mortals do this, believe me, either for power or pleasure. This heritage can be hidden for many generations, can manifest in many ways. It's difficult to find two similar tieflings. Which outsider do you and your sister descend from? Oh, from a devil. I can even guess which one. Of all the infernal beings worshipped in Quadara, the whore queen Halala is most venerated, secretly of course. Servants of her court frequent these lands and they leave trails. Alright, thank you. Tell me about Quadira. Quadira is part of the Padashi Empire of Kalish. Oh, great and thriving states. Don't think me rude, but the northern states are but a pale shadow of my homeland. Only Taldor at its height could compete with us, although it's long since lost its power. My land is wealthy, wonderful, and full of opportunities for anyone cunning enough to seize them. The pity they're all devoted to Sarenrae, and the whole array of superstitions that go along with it. Look at your golden-haired boy priest, and you'll see at once what exactly makes living in Quadira so unbearable despite all its grandeur. Kinira wrinkles her nose. I was going to say it would be cool to see some campfire talk between those two, but there you go. They brought up already. Don't you think the discovered lips reacted strangely? Maybe. My sister and I tried to figure out what happened, but failed. Need a real specialist in this sort of magic. A specialist I can't even imagine. I can definitely say the disc hasn't been destroyed. It seems to have been part of my connection with my sister, helping us move between the material plane and our demisphere. We'll continue to explore this new ability. Maybe we'll learn more at some point. Tell me, what made you and your sister stay here after we found your relic? A fair question. You see, there's an important detail about how I died and returned to life. I was killed by a repulsive creature called a Soul Eater. After a spellcaster aims it at his victim, the wretch will chase it tirelessly and endlessly. But when I was returned to life, the Soul Eater lost its prey. It's still chasing me and might show up at any time. It would be much easier for me if I could meet it here, surrounded by experienced monster hunters ready to protect a pure fugitive from danger. Well, the lives of my companions is more to me than I can be expressed in words. I will try to help you. Thank you, and rest assured, I'll serve you loyally. I'd like to talk... Wait, I don't want to talk to your sister, but, thank you for the conversation, Kinira. So long. Our home is always open to you, and please, do me a favor, send the sweet teeth off on some errands that will stop bothering me. Okay.
The path is clear.
Right, well, time to leave. A task for sweet teeth. Oh, that was an actual quest. We have to send them away. Hey, sweet teeth. Look, we have a noble guest, but come to think of it, it is us who is the guest of the Baroness. Anyway, it's a great honor. Let's see if you can complete my task. Order us to go collect the moon from the sky. We can do anything. Okay. Let's see. The picket fence at Oleg's trading post is tilted. Go there and fix it. Tilted? We'll fix it right up and paint it in no time. Grabbing their travel bags, the young tieflings run away. We did it. Is that our quest done? Right. That's fine. Other quests. I like it's just in other quests. That's fine. Wait until the fence has been fixed. Hope Oleg forgives us. Right, and we've got to find Dinesh. That was a lot of talking in this episode. I think we spent literally half an hour speaking to them. I didn't realize it was going to be a double conversation where, like, we literally asked the same thing from this different points of view. But that was cool. We got to learn quite a lot about them. I quite like them both. They've got kind of a... I kind of like the evil sister more, but, they're cool. Right, and now we have a new slot there as well. Let's clear this out. I want to take Reg, and I want to take Octavia. Okay. So that's a front line and a back line. Do I also take Knock Knock? Or Miri, or Valerie? Who do I take? I'm going to take I'm going to take a Miri. Yeah, take a Miri Reg. Do a lot of damage. I'm then going to take Tristian. And I'm also going to take our new Aasimar. And I'm going to take Octavia. Yeah, that's our party. So it's interesting. We've got a lot of magic users, but that's cool. I mean, it's basically all magic users, isn't it? And plus Tristian. Although we've got 2 that need to be micromanaged, so maybe this wasn't the best idea. Although, actually, the Kineticist didn't need that much micromanagement once we got in there. It's only if we wanted to use something more powerful than Kinetic Blast, which is already pretty good. Yeah, we don't really need to do too much more. We got more things in the kingdom. Oh, I think that's just saying that we finished the mission. Or we talked to the person. Right? That was just a talk to someone one here, I think. Yeah. We met Reg. Honor and duty. Glory of Noble Baroness has attracted recruiters from Mendev, a land famous for its war against the demons of the wonder of the world wound. Many a young man and woman from a barony decided to join these defenders of Galarian. This has sown discontent among the people. Many grumble at the influence these strangers have over the minds of our young. A noble advisor would assist the Mendevian agents, while an advisor indifferent to the ideals of chivalry would be inclined to throw them out. Well, we probably want Lander to do that. Like, to be friends. Yeah, so we'll send Lander. And that's actually a choice one as well, which is interesting. Yeah, we're starting to get more choices. Lander, it says, is free. No, he's doing a celebrity visit. Is my thing wrong? I think it is. Yes, my thing is very wrong. So Lander is doing celebrity visit. What was the date? It's the 13th of the 10th. Yeah, okay, 13th to the 10th. We'll get one of these before we leave. So we got Lander. We got Miri's on 14 days. That much was right. Troubled Lands ends in 3 days for Tristian. True Masterpiece is 7 days for Storyteller. Projects? We have none. Right. Do we have any... We have some BP. We could potentially send somebody to go and do a project. Not that we have any. So that's fine, right. Leave there. We got 3 days till Tristian is free. That's alright. And then 7 till Lander, and then Lander can do that quest in 7 days. Right. And... yeah, where do we need to go for Reg's quest? For Reg and Octavia's quest. Oh, all the way up there. Interesting. That's kind of the same direction we need to go for the Technic League. Yeah, so they went, not Technic League, for the Varnhold quest. What was it? Lost Brother. Yeah, he's meant to head for Varnhold. So yeah, we could head kind of up towards that as well. Okay, that's fine. I guess this is where we needed to go. Yeah, the Hilltop Trail, which we've never been to. That seems like the right place to go for that one. Okay. Anywhere else we need to go? Any other quests we have? Cruel Justice, that's that one. Task for Sweet Teeth we need to wait for. Oh, the Gemstone. Yeah, we'll head back in here. I know. I'm sure that we've had an emerald before, so we might as well go and buy the emerald back. Because then we can hand it into Lake Silverstep on the way past as well. That's okay. Right. We have done an awful lot of sitting in our capital, so it'll be interesting. I think we've maybe done a couple of episodes without fighting anything. Pretty good. We were running into one fight too many, actually. At one point, it was kind of burning me. It was kind of getting me a little bit of burnout of fights, but that's okay. Let me just buy an emerald. Yeah, I think it's going to be the last episode I'm recording in this particular recording session, so I'm just going to make sure that I leave it in a position where, you know, where we know what to do. Oh, here's Kinera. Hello. Aids coins, aids, look me in the eye, Honourable Hasuf. Like black clouds hide the shining sun, that price steals joy from my soul and a smile from my face. I would pluck the moon from the sky. Oh, wait, no, it's this side. I would pluck the moon from the sky for your smile, O beautiful daughter of the desert. As long as I stand on this side of the counter, no one's charm is going to cloud my judgment. 8 gold coins, not 1 coin less. You're so cruel, Kinneara notices you and smiles warmly. Now I'll leave you alone to your heartlessness. Oh, hey. Hey, Hasuf. Or hey, Kinneara. What's up? Oh, Hasuf, shrewdest of merchants. I like it, though. I like people who know which side of their bread is buttered. Kinneara almost purrs with pleasure, looking around playfully. What are you haggling about? Oh, some trinket. I don't even remember what it looks like. I just like haggling with Hasuf. It's like a little game. Like a little flirting. Well, I think you could find at least one more deserving object of your flirtations around here. Kinneara looks at you coyly from under her lashes. Oh, and who might that be? I'm quite at a loss. Surely you can't mean yourself. That wouldn't be modest at all. Well. Let's see. Well, I definitely do not count modesty among my flaws. You feel no shame at all? Why? How wonderful! But we mustn't freeze in the wind here. The northern weather could throw a storm our way any moment. There's a fireplace in my home, and we could make it burn even hotter. Well, let's go.
I want to ask you a favor.
She speaks! And she speaks in a want to ask you a favor. Okay, that's a little bit different than I was doing, but that's alright. I hadn't heard her at all before then, so it was pretty much guesswork. And it probably wasn't going to be whatever voice I chose. Kinneara stops and looks into the fire, shadows and flames dancing on her face. Suddenly seems more serious than what she was a moment ago in the square.
I can't believe I'm going to ruin such a wonderful moment with a serious conversation. But still, I think you're interested in me the way I'm interested in you. And if that's true, please keep everything that happens between us a secret from everyone, even your companions.
But why? I like you. I don't want to keep it a secret.
For one thing, I don't want to draw too much attention, at least for now. Having too many eyes on me, it's a little uncomfortable. Plus, I'm still bound by the conditions of the Herald of Nethys and must try to keep my double identity a secret. If everyone begins whispering that Kayesi has grown close to the Baroness, they'll expect her to behave in a certain way. And I know my sister. She won't be able to play along, and the secret won't stay hidden for long.
Fine, a secret it is then. I actually suspect this is a gameplay reason it's a secret, and it's basically going, well, we don't want to have to code relationship things for absolutely everyone in the game. So, given this is DLC, let's just make it so it has to be a secret. So then nobody has to mention it. Anyway, a secret is then.
That's perfect.
Alright, continue.
The land where I come from is full of opposites. Sometimes it's so hot during the day that the rocks melt under the sun like snow. But then comes night, and the cold freezes you to the bone. Night is the time when families gather at the fireplace, when parents hold their children, and when lovers share the heat of their bodies and fill their hearts with each other's heat as they drift into sleep. I want to show you how it's done.
She extinguishes the fire quickly and takes a step towards you, wrapping her arms around your neck and kissing you passionately. You know what it feels like when I kiss you? I taste mystery, taste strength, and passion and sweetness. That it? We shouldn't be seen together. You remember that, right? Oh yeah, yeah.
Clear.
Well, I guess we'll go. Well, that was something that happened. Now, I believe I was about to buy an emerald from Hasuf and accidentally wandered into a companion relationship quest. Alright. Well, hello Hasuf. I would like to buy 1 emerald, please. Emerald. Have I never found an emerald? Oh no, I've definitely bought an emerald before, or sold an emerald before. We have nothing to sell. Well, we'll buy it, whatever. Fine. Right, time to leave.
Tread lightly.
Also, I just want to check something here. Tristian spellbook. Level 5. Yeah, I want to give him 2 raised deads right now instead of Vine Trap. Yeah, so forget that one. And have another raised dead if you can. Fine. You have to rest to get it. But just because I have 2 diamonds and no raised dead spells, so it's useful. If he dies, though, we're kind of screwed. But that's okay. Yep, we're heading out with that party. It's okay. Let's go. Right. We're finally back out the city. Almost. I mean, we haven't left the borders of the city. But that's okay. And we are almost out. It's a long loading screen. Okay. We're out to the map. And I'm going to end. Ooh, what's this buff we've all got? Oh, we all have immunity to poison, of course. Right. Yes, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the episode here. And next time, we're off to do all sorts of manner of questy things. Which is good, because it's... as much as I actually really do enjoy the kingdom management stuff and the juggling resources, it's nice to play the other side of the game as well. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.